Oh, how's it going, Hungerford fans? Martyn here. Just thought I'd give you a very quick check-in. Hope you're all doing well. It's now August, would you believe? But we're still in this ridiculous state of semi-lockdown and no one can watch the games. So just thought I'd give you a quick update. Been very privileged to be able to watch a couple of friendlies. I know it's frustrating for a lot of you guys that can't. So I just thought I'd give you an update on how the team did. Last Saturday we played Supermarine. It's a privilege to watch actually, just due to my role on the media team. It allows us to go in and hopefully keep you guys updated on how the game's going and what's going on as much as we can. It's a weird thing. We find ourselves sat in an empty ground with no one else, few committee members around from both sides, and all sat in one place, and it's a bit eerie, but it's not great. And also, the away games we've been at, there's been some restrictions on team sheets and players, pictures being taken, and all that kind of thing. So it is very strange. But it was a great game against Swindon Supermarine. We managed to run out 2-1 winners. Always a tough place to go is Supermarine. They're a good side, strong side, difficult to beat, especially at home. So yeah, just sort of run through a bit of the game, give you a few positives, a few plus things. Start with a goalkeeper. Luke Kearney played in goal. Supermarine had this weird idea that he wasn't very good on the ball, but I found it to be quite the opposite. I thought he was very calm, made the right decisions. He was good at either picking out a defender or even clearing his lines when he needed to, despite their shouts all the time of, oh, he don't want the ball, he don't want the ball. I found that he did, and he was very calm and used it very wisely. Yeah, and he was good, commanded his box really well. The defence played a back three. All three of them were very comfortable on the ball, and all of them were able to bring the ball out of defence and pass it into midfield and make the runs. So the three became an extra midfielder, which was good to see. They all had great games, to be fair. All made the right decisions, communicated very well amongst them. Very assured, I thought. Very assured performance from all the defence there. Into midfield, midfield was very lively, high energy, high tempo, very vocal, commanded of course by Callum. He didn't, especially when we went 1-0 down, he didn't let heads drop. He was the one urging the team forward and being positive, and it was good to see. Always winning the ball back really well. And the other two, Jordan and in his debut, but he played really well as a youngster. So yeah, it was good to see all round really. The wing backs, Curtis and Louis, run up and down all day. Lung busting efforts from both of them really. Great games. Couple of guys there thought that Curtis probably, if there was a man in the match award, Curtis would have won it because he was just simply non-stop. Possibly agree, but it was very difficult to pick a man of the match. I'd thought, because I think there were several candidates there, from Callum, from Matt Partridge, from Louis himself, from Rusby as well. All of them had quite good games. And of course, James Harding as well scored the 2 goals. Moving on to the strikers, all 4 of them played. All 4 of them looked really sharp, really good. They've all got slightly different attributes to them. Strengths and weaknesses on all 4 of them, but all look sharp, all look hungry for goals. James Harding scored a great goal. He got the ball on the halfway line, went past 2 players and slammed it into the top corner of the goal. It's on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, I'd probably recommend having a watch of it. It's a great goal. His other goal was a penalty, which he took really well. Supermarine again thought the penalty was controversial. Maybe I was quite a long way away from it. I think it was definitely a foul, but whether it was inside the box or outside of the box was possibly why they thought it was controversial. But it was definitely a foul. It was a stonewall penalty. I think one of their guys come along and said to me, if you're looking for a word for the penalty, use controversial. And I said to him, no, I think we're going to use stonewall. But yeah. So yeah, it was a good game. Did well. Going 1-0 down at Supermarine, very difficult to come back from that, but we showed some great character. The lads come off the bench, all played pretty well as well. That's one thing as well to note, that I think the guys in the starting 11, they will probably not be thinking, oh, now I'm in, I've got my place, that's it. I think they're all looking over their shoulders thinking, gee, that what's his name's on the bench, or he's on the bench, and I've got to work really hard to keep my place. So again, that's encouraging and good to see. So yeah, we got some games at home in the next 3 or 4 weeks. Hopefully, fingers crossed. You never know that some of our supporters will be allowed in, which moves me on to, of course, to the Let Fans In campaign, which is running at the moment. Now, this is very important, I think, not just for ourselves, but for the non-league in general. The FA is pretty much, well, it's not covered itself in glory, let's say that. I think it could have done a lot more to help, especially the clubs in the steps lower to us. Personally, I think clubs below step 5, they should probably already be playing in front of supporters, and they're the ones that should have been used as trials. Below step 5 first, and then a couple of weeks after that, perhaps steps 4 and 5. A couple of weeks after that, steps 2 and 3, and then step 1. So there'd be a logical progression, but none of that seems to be happening. The whole non-league seems to have been clumped into one big sort of cake, as you have it, which is ridiculous. How can you compare a club who has a 7,000-8,000 seat stadium to a club that plays on a recreation ground? It's just ridiculous. So yeah, I think the FA hasn't really covered itself in glory there. But so the campaigns online, the only way they listen is to get tweeting them, get behind the campaigns, get signing those petitions, get on your social media and tweet them and message them and Instagram them and just pest them every day. Use the hashtags, use the at the FA, the Department of Culture, Media and Sport as well. Tag them in. Just get behind everyone's campaign. I think there's some great work be done with the likes of Dorking and Concord. They've really hit the ground with the campaign, got it going strongly. But smaller clubs especially, they can't survive unless they have supporters. They rely to pay their costs on things like match day programmes, match day raffles, the bar, the burger bar. They haven't really got any more source of income than that. And so if the FA, obviously, all it seems to be caring about, is the FA Cup must start. But for the FA Cup to start, they really need to let supporters in for those lower clubs. They want the lower clubs when it comes to, look at the giant killings and the romance of the cup and all that kind of thing. But are they really that interested? So come on, FA, let's start getting some plans in place and start helping out these clubs. The non-league will die unless they do it, and it's so frustrating for all, and it's so frustrating for us, and for clubs lower down the pyramid, it must be even more frustrating. So I urge you, anyone's watching this, whether you're a Hungerford fan or a fan of any other club, get right behind that campaign, pester the FA, and let fans in. Thanks for your time, guys. Bye.